Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this video, which is going to be touching on the future of this channel for the year of 2026. I want to take this time to just say that, hey, this channel ended 2025 strong. How do I want to keep that momentum going throughout the year of 2026? Now, I think first and foremost, like, this channel has been something that has continued, in my opinion, has grown, has improved, and there's all these different things that have come together over the years to the point that it's at a point where it is now. Obviously, I would love to get this channel to 500 subs. I would love to get it to 600, 700, 800, and so on and so forth. But one thing at a time. So, today in this video specifically, I'm just going to go through some points that will give you an idea of where my head's at going forward and what I would like to focus on in this year. First of all, the main priority for this channel will be to continue to work on videos on the various games that I play and talk about the likes and dislikes of those games. Some of these videos are going to be focusing on positive stuff, some of it's going to be focusing on negative stuff, but ideally what I want to do is I want to get better at creating content that's concise and improve on the idea of, like, when you watch a video by me on a video game, you are getting the positives, the negatives, and final thoughts kind of in that video, so you know exactly what you're getting and what you want from that. And also on top of that, I want to use those videos as a place to create more discussion. And I'm going to do that naturally. I'm not suddenly going to have clickbaity titles or anything like that. But, like, there are a lot of video games I want to cover in 2026. There's a lot of stuff that I have back catalogue wise. There's going to be a lot of that. There will be new stuff coming out that I will be covering. But any game that I cover, I will try to do it in the best way possible and be as fair as possible when I play those games. And do it in a way where I've slightly changed up some of my videos already, where I'll do like a cut. So you've got me talking about something, then you get a cut to black. The next thing I'm talking about, and so on and so forth. This seems to be at least something to try, because I think it breaks the video up a little bit so that you as the viewer can kind of follow it and know exactly what I'm talking about. I know I'm a little bit waffly. I'm trying to get away from that. And even in a video like this, which is hopefully going to be short and concise, I can be quite waffly. So I want to try and make sure that your time when you're watching one of my videos is specifically everything you need to know going in and watching that video. So that's the main thing, and it's primarily me focusing on what I want to do. Obviously, I said I want to create good discussion for my videos, so that's that. One other thing I would like to do this year is look at doing more collabs, whether that was with Don Hayes and Mark and Fruity. Create either discussions with those guys or some fun videos or some playthroughs and co-op stuff. I don't know how that's going to line up. Obviously, there's Retro Reminisce. There's stuff I can do with Jack, which will be co-op playthroughs or anything like that. Like, there are things that I have opportunities to do going forward to actually have more people involved with the channel again. But there's no deadline. I'm not making any promises for that. It's just, if those things arise, then that's what we'll focus on doing. I would like to get back to doing that, but it's finding the balance. Everybody's got their own time and things like that, but finding the right balance to continually have some other content that will be just as interesting as the regular stuff that allows for more voices on the channel. I think that's a good thing. That's a good thing to strive for. But no promises on when that will be or what we're doing. You will see that I will be doing, and you can go over to Don Hayes' channel now. You can see some stuff that I've done with him over the years with the new features of things like getting tagged in stuff, and you can even like do the whole showing the two channels together, and it will show up on your sub feed. Things like that might also benefit too, so that you can go and see if there's anything that I do over there. After that, minor improvements to the channel. I think this is something that is always worth looking at as a content creator, is how can I improve things without overdoing it. There are always going to be things that I can improve, like the intro to the video. Not that important, but could be a little bit more spicy, could have a bit of movement, could be better. I think obviously the background that you see behind me with the light on and stuff, I've got God rays coming down all the time. I think people are kind of used to it. But if there's a way for me to make this look a little bit better, then I really should. Just so that, you know, it's not, you know, it's quite boring around there. Like, it's just that light, really. That's the issue. There's stuff like that. minor improvements to that. Look at that little bit sticky up here. What's going on here? And then obviously to the videos themselves. Like I said, I've already started that with a little bit of that chopping and changing of the when I'm doing a discussion to make it try and be more concise. And I'll see what comes up. I'll see where things look. I know with these videos as well, sometimes my audio goes a tiny little bit out of sync. Try and fix that as well this year. But yeah, look for minor improvements. This could be slow progress over the entire year. I'm not making any promises. One last thing that I will look at this year, again, no promises, is revising my streaming content. Maybe. I do actually enjoy streaming, and I think it's something that can help the channel. I don't think it helps out a massive amount, but there are some times when you just want to stream. Like, obviously, I'll probably stream Nintendo Directs when I can, but maybe there are things that, like, you know, I'd like to stream probably more single-player stuff than multiplayer, and the only reason I say that is that sometimes if you watch me play multiplayer stuff, I kind of lock in, and I'm not, and that's when it's difficult trying to talk about what I'm doing at the same time. I would love to do some competitive stuff. I'm not sure how that's going to look. I'm not sure if that's what's going to be streamed, but I think doing some more streaming content, maybe a mix of things. I'll have to have a real think about what I'm willing to do and what I think will be fun. I am contemplating doing some streams on Civ 7, the Switch 2 version specifically, because I think that's going to be something that people might actually want to watch. The only problem is Civ 7 is just in a strange place at the moment. It is better than it was. I don't know how interested people would be, but I guess I can do a video on like how updated it is and go over things and do a whole playthrough. We'll see how that goes. I need to sit down and figure that out properly, but right now my main focus is on, you know, the video content primarily, but I will look to do streaming stuff. Maybe I can do some co-op streaming stuff. Maybe that's a way forward potentially, so there is that too. And last but by no means least, so if you didn't know, I mentioned this in one of my updates, I had a bad shoulder injury. I've still got lingering effects of it. It's significantly better than it was, but it's been quite bad. So I'm going by the phrase of health above all else at the moment. If there are things that just pop up this year, like, not that I'm going to step away from doing YouTube, but if there are times when I just need to take a break, then I will be taking a break. Like, obviously, if I'm super organized, I can have a lot of content prepared, but I don't tend to do more than about 2 to 3 videos a week, so it's not always that far ahead. And with job and all that stuff, real life gets in the way, right? So I just want to make it clear that, like, I'm still going to keep plowing away. I'm still going to keep doing the video stuff that I enjoy and that I like, but after having this injury, if there's time where I need time to take off from doing YouTube, then I will. I'm not going to put the channel above anything. I think that worked pretty well for 2025. There were times when I didn't upload. I kind of got past that need to do stuff. Obviously, the channel was going to die, which is not the case at all, because Metroid seemed to prove me wrong. Like, right at the end of the year, bang, and that video blew up, right? But so for the most part, I'm just going to put content out when I feel like it needs to. 2 videos a week is really what I want to aim for. There may be more, depending on what I'm doing. But I realize that, you know, YouTube at the moment seems to be favoring a couple of videos, spacing them out a little bit and making them a consistent length, a little bit longer, you know, sort of 15, 20 minutes. That seems to be fairly popular, you know. I could be wrong because YouTube algorithm's all over the place, but this is just a short breakdown of what my year is going to look like. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff coming to Switch 2 that I would like to cover. Alright, I'm not going to cover everything. I can't promise I'm going to cover everything, but I'll do my best to cover stuff Switch 2. A lot of my back catalogue games that I'll be doing, which are Switch 1 games, will be filmed and recorded and played on my Switch 2. So I can at least give a little bit of context to that as well. But that is something I want to focus on. Like, games are expensive at the moment. I do try to pick stuff up on my PC and on my Switch when they're in the sales, so that I can cover anything from indie to AAA, because that's important to me. But don't expect games that are coming out to get like stuff right on the day. Like, I've got a copy of Final Fantasy VII Remake coming to Switch 2. I would like to cover that, but that is a big game and there's a lot to it, and so I need to put some time into that before I can make a video. So in the meantime, throughout especially January, February time, there's going to be a lot of back catalogue stuff until we start getting into the months where games is rolling out and I can start picking and choosing what I want to cover for the channel. But there you go. That's everything right now that I have on my mind going forward for 2026. I hope you stick around. I hope you enjoy the content here. I hope you get involved in discussions. There's the community tab on YouTube where I do post up my posts. I think I made it public so other people can post there as well. I will try my best to get that more involved, and the Facebook and Twitter page, I will try and get those back involved, though they are low priority. Like, I'd like to get them sorted, but they are low priority. So we'll see what happens going forward with that. Anyway, so thank you very much for watching this video. As always, if you like the video, hit the like button, helps out a ton. If you want to see more content coming this year, hit the subscribe button, stick around, and I will see you next video.